Hello, good afternoon. Before I start today, I'm just gonna give a brief intro on myself and how I basically got to this point, standing up here. So I always wanted to be a vet since I was a kid. Basically, every vet will say that. So when I finally graduated, I joined the private sector, and boy, was I kind of disappointed. Because I just basically got bullied, and I spent most of my days kissing clients' asses. So I felt like I had no purpose, so I joined shelter medicine instead. While I was in private sector, I noticed that a lot of the animals that came in through clients, if they were strays, most of them had no information on the animal at all. Most of them didn't even know if the cat was a male or a female, and what more if it's been neutered or not. And this kind of became a problem because when you're doing surgery and you don't know if the animal's neutered or not, you just spend a lot of time. So once I joined the shelter medicine field, we looked at ways to fix this problem that we have here in Malaysia. So there's a few types of pet ownership in Malaysia. The first one is own pets, which we all know. They're all homebound. And this is the type of animals that we hope the owners will know everything about. And then we have own pets that are free roaming or that have been abandoned. So free roaming pets, most people will pick up a pet which belongs to someone, but they have no idea about the medical history. And then you have community pets, animals that are born on the streets, but they have a constant feeder, and it's somewhat easy to handle, and they will sometimes have information on the medical, will have medical information on the animals. And then there's, why is it not moving? And then there's stray animals where you have no idea about their medical background. And these are the feral animals and also the hardest to trap and neuter. So how we handle Malaysian stray animal problem, the first task is to trap the animals. So most of the time we get people who trap the animals when they're feeders or they have constant contact with the animals. So if the animal is very feral, they are usually unable to trap said animal. Next, they bring it to the vet and we neuter and spay them. And then we also vaccinate and we hope to release or rehome the animal. So the main problem comes from the medical side is not knowing if the animal has been neutered or not. For the management after the procedure is done, management is for continuing the feeding and them taking care of the well-being of the animal. And also we have education, which I feel is lacking in Malaysia because not many kids grow up listening to how to treat animals, how to handle animals, how to feed animals, vet care and stuff like that. And also another issue is for dog licensing, they only require, for the councils, they only require dogs to get licensed. So cats, we have a lot of roaming and feral cats. So that is our issue. Okay, so today I'm basically here just to talk about how do we recognize a neutered animal. So there are a few ways to recognize how an animal is neutered. The first way, and the most common for strays, is ear tipping. This can be done either by tipping the ears straight or in a V shape. Another way is by tattooing of the insides of the ears. And then lastly, it's tattooing of the abdomen, which is what I'll be talking about today. Okay, so just to get into more detail, we're going to go through the pros and cons of each method. For ear tipping and notching, which is commonly practiced amongst most vets in Malaysia, the pro of it is it's visible from afar. But we always get confused if the animal has actually just gotten in a fight and injured itself, or is it a true surgical procedure? And also another issue with ear tipping is a lot of adopters may not like the fact that we've mutilated the ears, and thus it reduces the adoption rates, they would say. So whenever anyone comes into our low-cost clinic, they always go, "Please don't touch my cat's ears." And we go, "But it is a stray, right? It is roaming." And they'll go, "Yeah, but it's ugly." Or they say it's inhumane. So to counter this, you can have the option of doing ear tattooing or the abdominal marking. So for ear tattooing, it's great because it doesn't affect the animal's appearance. And when it's visible, it is very easy to identify that the animal is neutered. The cons for ear tattooing is that it's not visible from far. You have to get up close and personal with the animal to view. And that basically means that you have to either trap the animal and view its ear, and also it kind of gets, you kind of not notice it when it comes into the clinic because you don't really check the ears if it's tattooed, because it's not really practiced in Malaysia. So even if we were doing it, most of the time it would go unnoticed. And the animal would be presented for us during surgery, and we would still prep and open the animal up. And then we would spend a lot of time digging around trying to find its ovaries and its uterus, which just makes the surgery, one, a lot longer, and two, it makes it more intensive and the animal would be in more pain. So abdominal marking, in my personal opinion, is one of the best ways to identify if an animal is being neutered or not. The pros of it is that it doesn't affect the animal's appearance or not, the animal's appearance. The thing is, when it's done on the abdomen, most of the time, the fur will grow back. And all the pet owners, be it owned or not, or stray, or anything of that sort, no one complains about it because they can't really see it. But that makes it also a con, right? Because you don't know. But the thing is, every time before you head into surgery, the surgeon will shave the animal's underbelly, which then they will see the tattoo and be, "Oh, okay, wait, let's stop all of this. And this animal's already spayed. We don't need to touch it." So we've gotten our own animals coming back into surgery, being caught by another person to neuter said animal. And whenever we do shave and we see the tattoo, we're like, yes, it's done. And we just let the animal recover from anesthesia, so it doesn't have to go through that whole ordeal again. And the best thing about it is that we can do this method for all animals, including own pets. So at our practice, whether it's owned or stray or a community cat or anything like that, it always gets a tattoo. And so far, in all these years, no one's actually complained about it. So this is a video of the abdominal tattoo procedure, which is really quick and easy. So just a little nick on the skin, right beside the incision, 1 drop of tattoo ink, and you're done. So you have the option to actually apply surgical glue to cover up and create a barrier, but it's actually not necessary. And also, because it's beside the incision site, it doesn't cause an infection on the incision site either. So it is a very easy and very quick. And also, it's really easy to actually get this tattoo dye. So what we've been doing is that we've been using human tattoo dye, which you can actually purchase online, like everything else. So it's really cheap and you can easily get it. So we're trying to advocate for Malaysian vets to start using this method. And also we hope that the rescuers and the feeders and everyone else will start requesting that their surgeons start doing this. So placements of the tattoo for female cats and dogs, the tattoo is placed right beside the incision on the belly. For male cats, we place it right beside the scrotal area. And for the male dogs, we apply the tattoo beside the incision of the prescrotal incision. That's all. Thank you.